this is round one of a 4-round contest in the featherweight division, and Blake Binskin has already absolutely come out all guns blazing. He's hitting Jose Manuel Perez with some real power shots here.
Wow, it's a fast start.
But gets caught with some huge shots there from Jose Manuel Perez.
Shot. He's got him on unsteady legs already. And I know Jose, I boxed him on my debut and he can crack. But Blake's just come firing out, took his best shot and come back with more. So, yeah, Blake's walking right through him at the moment.
Binskin's thrown absolutely everything he can with venomous intention. But 10 out of 15 of Jose Manuel Perez's victories has come within the distance, so he's a tough old fighter, is Perez. But Binskin is absolutely laying into him right now. He's got him on the ropes, nice clipping right hand to the chin of Perez. Perez looks like he doesn't know what's hit him.
No, he doesn't. He really doesn't. He looked like he was in a bit of a daze then. Again, I'd like to see Blake not rush his work, go out, be clinical with the shots, because it will open up.
Beautiful body shot there, landed from Blake Binskin onto the body of Jose Manuel Perez. But he took one back.
That's it.
Perez's power cannot be underestimated in this contest, but Binskin is all guns blazing from the first bell.
Oh, beautiful right hand. Even though Jose Perez has got power, it don't look like it's bothering Blake. He's just walking through and giving more.
Binskin just complaining of some holding there from Manuel Perez. Referee separates the two. Action continues in what's been an absolutely blistering first round in this featherweight contest. Binskin has come out all guns blazing. Perez has landed some clean shots of his own. But Binskin's really piling on some pressure here, taking a clipping right hook to the chin from Jose Manuel Perez. They're trading blow for blow right now here.
Beautiful shots.
The question is, can Binskin maintain this pace for the next 3 rounds?
We're going to find out.
Last couple of seconds as the bell rings at the end of the first round. Blake Binskin has come out in the second round much the same as what he did in the first round. All guns blazing. It's Eye of the Tiger in there from the man from Wingham Wildlife Park.
Beautiful left hook. He can't miss with that left hook, Blake. Can't miss with that left hook. He's just stalking Perez down now. Stalking him down.
But it's like you said, he's throwing everything at Perez but the kitchen sink, and Perez is fighting back. You know, he's a tough old fighter. Be good to see Binskin just get behind his jab a little bit more as Perez comes forward, but nice clean 1-2 lands on the chin of Perez. He takes it well.
Well, Blake had him hurt really in that first round. We've hit him with everything he did. Personally, I'd stay on the back foot and just creep forward and make Perez open up, because now Perez is on, he's like a wounded animal, so he's going to attack when he gets pushed back. And then that's where Blake can let off some beautiful work. He's just smothering it a little bit now, but again, find everything but the kitchen sink.
Some swelling onto the left eye of Jose Manuel Perez. Not surprising at all with the amount of punches that Binskin has thrown in this round and a half of this featherweight contest. Binskin has been impressive so far. throwing absolutely everything with venom.
Jose looks like he's slowing down a bit now. He can't keep up with the tempo.
But at this point, Perez looks like he's starting to get into survival mode a bit with just holding on and trying to smother the work of Binskin. But Binskin fights no matter what. He'll punch from any angle at any point. Referee just warns him for punching while holding, but again comes back with some clean shots. A nice clean right hand, but jab the legs of Jose Manuel Perez. Referee's taking a good look right now as Binskin wrestles him off.
They dipped a bit too far for my liking. That weren't just trying to roll out a shot, that was from the shot. He dipped quite far down from that one.
He certainly looked rocked, and just as the referee pulled them apart, we could see in the corner that the coaches were telling Binskin just to maintain a little bit of distance. But a nice, beautiful uppercut there from Binskin as he piles on a bit more pressure there onto the chin of Jose Manuel Perez. This is absolutely sensational work from Binskin as we come into the last few seconds of this second round of this 4-round contest. We wonder whether it's going to go the distance. This is round 3 of 4 of this featherweight contest, and Blake Binskin again has come out all guns blazing in the penultimate round of this contest. He's caught Manuel Perez with some clean shots. Perez has come back with shots of his own but showed signs of slowing down in the second round as Binskin comes forward and lays into the body of Perez. He cannot miss with that right hand, whether it's to the body or the head. Takes a left hook from Perez but fights back. Two clean shots on the chin of Blake Binskin from Jose Manuel Perez, and a beautiful right hook onto the chin of Perez. His legs jarred again for the second time in this contest. Referee's taking a good look at him, but lets the contest continue. Doesn't step in, Binskin. Takes centre ring again, uppercut nicely through the middle there. But a beautiful left hand again from Blake Binskin. He's jarring the legs of Jose Manuel Perez for the 3rd time in this contest. But Perez is a tough old fighter. He's fighting back and he will not go down easy. Kareem, what do you think?
Listen, I like Blake's style. He's an old school fighter. He gets in there, tucks his chin in and has it. You know, again, entertaining for the crowd. Entertaining, but again, I know Jose Perez. He is a tough cookie. I hit him with everything and he was still there. I wobbled him a few times, he was still there. But Blake's hitting him and his knees are buckling a bit too much for my liking. So, you know, if Blake follows up with a shot straight afterwards, who knows, Perez might go to sleep.
Well, Binskin again maintains the pressure on Jose Manuel Perez. There is absolutely no letting up in this contest, and the fact that he's been able to maintain this pace is nothing less than impressive. A beautiful right hand comes over the top of the guard of Perez. Nice head movement there from Blake Binskin.
I'd love to see him in the gym in sparring. I couldn't imagine what the sparring's like. This is him all the time. He's going to be a great 10, 12 round fighter.
Getting slightly frustrated with Manuel Perez holding on to him, but this is what survival looks like in the pro game, and Binskin's going to have to start to get used to it. He took a clean left hook on the chin there from Perez, but took it well. Another right hook there over the top of his guard from Perez. Perez is actually swinging everything at him right now.
Yeah, he's got to adjust. That was a beautiful right hand from Blake. His knees just buckled again. But he's got to adjust because obviously Perez is in survival mode, so he's got to feint and go. He's got to change up how he's going to throw the shots and don't make it just predictable by coming in and having it. Even though that's working for Blake and that's his style, it looks like.
Well, this is the final round of this 4-round contest in the featherweight division between Blake Binskin and Jose Manuel Perez. Binskin's just taken a clean shot there from Perez, but comes back with a flurry of punches of his own.
It's like nothing's phasing him. He takes one to come back.
The referee just pulls them apart. Needs to keep this fight clean, does the ref, but Binskin's nicely there again behind his jab, lands a nice clean right hand. Has come out slightly slower in this round as Binskin, but I feel like he's a little bit more calculated than what he was in the previous three. Karim, what do you think?
Yeah, I think his corners told him that his opponent's reading what he's doing, so he needs to change it up a little bit, because when you're in survival mode, you're not thinking about punching, you're thinking about surviving. So, yeah, he needs to change it up, and that's what he's done. Nice little bit of movement, he's slipping the shots. Yeah, he's looking really good.
We're really seeing the class of Blake Binskin in this round as he's come out just nice and clean behind his jab. Not allowing Manuel Perez too much room to work, but, you know, Perez gets in with some clean body shots there, but like you said, Binskin just seems completely unfazed. He's taken 2 shots to the chin, given 1 back, and seems completely unfazed.
Yeah, he does. He looks like he's enjoying it a bit too much. He's completely unfazed by everything that Jose's got, you know. So he looks again, he's enjoying himself in there as well. You can see nice little bit of movement again. I'd like to see more of that and then come off at the angle and throw the shot up.
Clean shot there from Manuel Perez, but again, Binskin just takes it and keeps coming forward. Beautiful body shot and left hook there, buckled leg. Jose Manuel Perez's legs are slightly there again in this final round.
Especially when you are Perez and you know you can punch and you're hitting the man with everything you've got, and he's just looking at you and coming back for more. It beats you inside mentally. So, yeah, Blake's beating him mentally and he's beating him physically as well. He's beating in both departments.
You make such a great point there, Kareem, actually, because that's got to be so demoralising. If you know you can punch hard and your opponent just completely remains unfazed, unbothered, keeps coming, maintains the pace. But Binskin's done incredibly well in this contest. He's dominated throughout. He's taken some clean shots just like that, but always come back with more of his own. And that was a fantastic contest between Blake Binskin and Jose Manuel Perez.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the 4 rounds of action, we go to your referee scorecard. Rocky Israel scores the contest 40-36 for your winner, Super